Let's do it, Mateo. As I said, Mateo, I'm here to serve, but the table is yours. Thank you for being here.
Hello, good morning, everybody. I am very thankful for you guys for letting me do this class. We are super excited. I'm very excited. Thank you. Yours, of course, for Tom Martin. We need to wish him happy birthday because he is having his birthday today. So yes, we need to do that. Congratulate him on his birthday. We for sure use Tom Martin a lot. We squeeze him for try to get out of him all his knowledge, wisdom, connections, everything. So yes, if you are grateful for Tom Martin and his coaching and everything, you say that a happy birthday to Tom, okay? So today we're talking about really important things. Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready for that? Let me see if I can see you guys over here. And everybody can hear me okay, correct? Okay, perfect. So the topic for today is going to be real estate and marketing and building $1 million branding. So that is amazing. Let's see. We're having a little bit, by the way, be a little bit, this is the first time that we teach this class on Zoom. I usually teach this class on in person and it's live. So I'm trying to get a little bit of into the technical issues and everything. So if you see that we have a little bit of a hiccup, just be patient with us and we move on. I'm pretty sure that George will help us go through that and everything, okay?
You got this, man. You just listen, your content is what is making this so amazing. If the technicals don't work out, you still have it up here. And I know you because I've seen you do it. You're going to give it to us. And that's the important part. Just keep rolling, brother. I got your back.
Absolutely, perfect. So I just wanted to introduce myself. I know you guys have seen me here around the call for a couple of years now, but I never done a class with you or probably never got the opportunity to meet in person a lot of you guys. So yeah, of course, my name is Mateo the extraordinary, and I'm your ideal friend. When I say I'm your ideal friend in real estate, it's because I know a lot of people, I know a lot of connections. If I don't know something, I probably know somebody that will know it. So make sure that you probably will make sure that you have me in your contacts. If you want my information, I can give it to you. It's public, right? Even if you Google me, and you're gonna find me everywhere. So groundbreaking personality. We're talking today about the $1 million branding. If you don't have a personality, everybody has a personality, but probably they haven't used it or developed. Even if you think that you have a boring personality, I want you to be the best at being boring. And what I mean that is that when you have a boring personality, you're going to connect with all those people and you're gonna get a lot of clients. And sometimes you think, okay, my personality, I believe it's boring and I'm not going to connect with people. But let me tell you something. I'm right here in this level, right? Sometimes being so hyper and so high and very outspoken has prevented me from connecting with people. Sometimes I think that with certain personalities, I have to calm down. And that is really hard for me, right? Because I'm really like loud and excited all the time. But people want to do business with people that look like them, that talk with them, like act with like them. So it has been sometimes an issue. So if you don't, if you're not like the totally outspoken guy, the totally outspoken girl, and you're a little bit more shy, you will have clients and you will have the people that will give you business. Okay, never seen before attitude. Attitude is really important when it comes to branding, because you're always marketing yourself. And as you know, in real estate, not good things happen and bad things happen. Maybe you couldn't close on time. Maybe Maybe the real estate market is crashing. Maybe your sales are not where you want it to be, but that doesn't matter. Your attitude is what determines your success. And that's it. And your attitude is part of your branding. So I always try to, even if I'm not having the best day, that my attitude will, I have it like, okay, my attitude is my branding, what I am showing to the world, right? Okay, the next one, show-stopping comments. Okay, so sometimes I have a sense of humor that is a little bit difficult for some people, but those comments are the ones that capture the attention, right? And in a good way. Of course, I'm not being disrespectful. Of course, I'm not being mean. Of course, I'm not insulting anybody. But, you know, you can joke around about certain things with your friends, with the people that you're connecting with. And that's a good thing, too. Right? And the last thing, I'm the most modest person that you will meet. I'll let you be the judge of that. You will be the judge of that, okay? So, and that's the unofficial presentation. And now I want to give you the official presentation, okay? So, all right. Mateo Reza, I'm a marketing coordinator. I have been a marketing coordinator for the past 3 years. I work with the different companies, my own with mortgage companies. I have a passion for real estate, creating content, and event planning. I want to thank you for the opportunity to have me here today. And I want to start with 3 things, 3 affirmations for today. So this is the first one. The first affirmation I want to share with you is that you are important and what you do matter, right? Investing in your education is an investment in you and your business. And that 2023 is gonna be the best year of your life. So today, this year is gonna be the best year, okay? So with those 3 affirmations, we're gonna continue with this class. Are you guys ready? I am. Okay, let's move to the next one. All right. So since we have Tom Martin, maybe, and sometimes he's in these calls, and we have George, and we have a different couple of people, I wanted to create a piece of content that will connect with them so they will understand. Often in this class, we get a little bit of social media is not going to be your immediate business. Social media is going to be a little bit of a second thought, and that is absolutely true in some way, right? So let's think about social media as for people that may be of an older generation, like your newspaper, right? In the old days, people used to use classified ads to announce their business on the newspaper, and they'll receive it every morning, every Sunday morning, and they receive who's advertising and who's talking and what's going on in their town. So social media has replaced that, right? Let's talk a little bit about educational, and let's understand how social media works. On 2021, there were 1.5 million realtors. Standing out is more difficult than ever, and you will understand because we have a lot of competition. It is one of the only professions where we are competing against each other, but we also are part of the same group, and we need to cooperate together. You can, at this point, whoever is trying to ignore social media and its value is gonna be really, really hard. It's gonna be really hard for them to do business. But there are a few questions that you have to ask yourself, which is gonna be, who are you trying to reach? Hello? Okay, let me see. Fred, welcome, Fred. Okay, so who are you trying to reach? What's your social network demographic? For example, on the demographic of Tom Martin right now is going to be from the 50s to the 60s, right? We don't know. We don't know. We have to ask him. But he will have to adjust his demographic to the 50s and 60s, okay? Years old, okay? For example, from 30 to 64 are more active on Facebook and Instagram. How to reach your people, how to reach your audience. So how to reach your potential clients, what is your personal brand, and what will you post? Those are amazing questions that you have to ask. And those are questions that will help you build your brand. Okay, so for example, if you go today, let me see if I can share a different screen right here. Let me share my desktop. So for example, let's go. Are you guys able to see? Okay, let me see. Are you guys able to see my other screen right now? Yes, you guys are. So for example, okay, I don't know how to go to mouse. Okay. There you go. Let me try to move this one down. I'm trying to move this thing out of the way so I can. All right, I'm trying to see. You guys cannot see the bar, but Zoom is giving me a bar in the search notes, but I'm gonna use the computer. So let's talk, for example, on Twitter. Let's see who's trying to buy a house today. All right, I use Twitter as a search engine. So this one is for February 20. What advice will you give somebody to buying a house for the first time? Okay. That's where you have your first lead, and you can, it doesn't matter where they are, because when you work with EXP, you have a network of people that can help you everywhere. So as you see from February 20th, he has 125 replies. Of course, for example, on March 6th, we see that Madame Growy is buying a house, a good financial decision, is asking for questions, right? So, and we have a little bit of, you're gonna find people that are talking about buying a house, okay? Is everybody able to see the screen?
I can see the screen.
Okay, absolutely. So I just wanted to make sure that you understand how to use social media for lead generation, and that you will see prosperity. Let's go a little bit deeper and a little bit more specific with town, okay? Let's search for looking to buy a house in Orlando. We didn't find anything here. Let's try to search for first. Let me see. Okay, first time buyer. So people are announcing themselves on social media, for example, like Twitter. First time home buyers happy, a great buy. You see announcement, you see other real estate agents using the platform to announce themselves. Let's see if I can go in here. Okay, perfect. I can see it now. Let's go. We can see a little bit more specific in Orlando, right? No, we have, when we search Orlando, we have no search. Okay. So you have to play a little bit with it so you can see what's going on. Let's see if we can find Orlando. So when you put a little bit of different things on or when you're trying to see, for example, we have here Orlando and Tampa, buying a house or condo in Orlando this May. So that's exciting. That's, for example, people are, and you need to check the days also so you don't see that they are really, really, really old. But absolutely, you can start looking for leads right here. first-time home buyer, buying a house in Orlando, buying a house in your area. So you will start finding leads when it comes to this platform. The other thing that I wanted to see with you is gonna be, for example, if, let's see, if anybody is looking to buy a house. So you have, is anyone looking to buy a house cheaply? This guy on March 8th is trying to sell this house. It doesn't matter where it is, but you can make the contact with him to see what is going on. For example, Frank Rodriguez with EXP is using the platform to expose his brand and himself, okay? Okay, let's see. Let's see, we can search for, let's see, Orlando Farms. So we have Florida Realtor, we have a few people that are advertisement and people that need to find houses. So you will have to play a little bit with the search engine to look at. But the other thing that we really need to see, let me see if I can share the other screen. Let's go back to that one. Okay, perfect. We're back with the class. So what is going on in order for you to build your brand? It is you have to ask a few questions yourself. Okay, the modern buyer. In 2016, the National Association of Realtors Profile of Home Buyers and Sellers survey also revealed that 64% of sellers who use a real estate agent found their agents through a referral by a friends or family. All right. So, and 25% use the agent they previously worked with to buy or sell homes. That means that branding is important. Your relationships, of course, with your friends and family is important. But the most important thing is that only 25% of those buyers and sellers use their previous agent. Okay. And that is really, really important because we are losing the people that we're working with because we are not working on our brand. Okay, let's see. The one thing that you can get inspired with if you don't know what to do with your brand is to search for realtor, real estate agent, and also put in your search engine, use listed to see what your colleges are doing, to see what other realtors are doing. So that is important. Maybe it will give you an idea of what you want to express in your brand. Okay, now we're going to how to build a personal brand. Personal branding matters because people buy from who they trust and they feel comfortable doing business with. And I'm going to ask you a couple of questions, right? So this is really important because this is also your brand. It's also about your brand. Do you have knowledge about your industry and you're posting about it? Are you blogging about it? It is important that you representing your brand, representing who you are speaking about the matters about real estate, right? For example, we all know that the FHA reduced the premium mortgage insurance starting in about 6 days, right? How many of you have talked to that or write a post about that in your social media? Or you guys are waiting? Are you guys waiting for the experts to post that information, or you are the expert? Hello.
You're going to find it's less challenging or less easy for them to respond on there, but your point is valid. And you'll see in the chat box probably the best place to get the replies because everybody's paying attention. It's hard clicking back and forth. But yeah, it's a great point. And a lot of us aren't putting that out ahead of time, and we should be, because that's the jewel. That's the value of us being the experts.
Okay, yes, I will see the chat. I wasn't able to see it, but I see it a little bit right now. Okay, perfect. So yes, if you want to work with your brand, and if you want, yes, you did.
Sorry.
I'm
Hi.
sure.
Good morning, everybody.
Welcome
Good
back.
morning.
Thank you. I'm back from the island. Back. I was working. I wasn't having all fun. I was working too. Mateo, super proud of you, what you're doing. I'm super proud to see what you're doing. You're doing a great job. It's funny because I've been doing this a long time and I am not as intentional with, these things like the FHA changes and all that. And these are opportunities. I think switching the brain to stop because we're running so fast. We're almost taking all the information and we just let it run. Oh, I know that, right? Our brain just, we pass it on. But I think we need to stop and be intentional about all the changes that are going around, like slow down and be like, oh, you know what? This is a good opportunity to educate.
It is an ordinary opportunity. No, and it actually establishes you as the real estate authority in your market because you're sharing important things to what is going on in the real estate industry, right? And let me tell you, you are the expert. You are responsible for all these things. And if you already, I'm pretty sure that everybody got the news, right? So we're not just sharing it with the person that is probably the client that is not as receiving those news directly like us. We're receiving constantly news. We're reading about the market. So we need to share that and be blogging about it. So if you're not doing it, you need to work on your personal brand. That is branding. That is for you. Okay, do you go out of your way to engage in conversations online, including groups? A lot of people, for example, a lot of people say, okay, you have to talk to 10 people a day, 25, 50 people a day. Do you know that talking in Facebook groups about real estate comes as a conversation? It's a touch and it's a lead. And sometimes it's more engaging than one-on-one person. Why? For example, have you ever get really excited when you receive a notification, for example, on Facebook, that people are responding to your post? So you see somebody is responding, you're paying attention, you're reading their words. So it's a lot of direct conversation, and also messages can be really engaging and really powerful. And you can start meeting strangers online, which is probably, if you're a little bit shy, talking with them on by messages. For example, when I go on customer service and they have the option for me to use chat with somebody online, I always take it because I know I can express myself more. I can do a lot of more things, and they are not probably reading my voice or saying something. I can think about what I'm going to write in that message, other than when I'm speaking, whatever you say is done, okay? So are you creating content that is relevant to your target community and your neighborhood? So we have content and that is sometimes specifically for our neighborhoods. Our neighborhoods go into changes. So get in touch with your association, your homeowners association leaders, and start talking about what's going on so you can post about your community. And you can post about your community in Nextdoor. Make sure that you have a Nextdoor account so you are informed of everything that is going on there. Do other agents outside of your market actively send you referrals? Do we have people outside of your market send you referrals? If your answer is no, you need to work on your personal brand. Okay. I asked you several questions. If your answer to any of those questions is no, that $1 million brand is lacking. We need to work on that. So, and a couple of other things that you have to ask yourself is, are you approachable? So start showing your social media followers who you are and what you do within your community by posting pictures of your business, your hobbies, your personal interests. So all of these are really important. My friend Gisela does a great job on that. She's posting about if she break her ankle, if she's having Sunday football, if she's spending time with her family. She's doing things, she's using her social media as a natural way to communicate who she who she is to her community and her people that are following her. So, and it's effortless. She's just living her life and sharing some parts of her life. Of course, she's not sharing everything, but if she's working out, if she's with her family, if she's eating something, those are things that probably are not gonna, step into the hey, I don't want to share too much. But if you're sharing what you're eating, that is not sharing too much. It's just what you're eating, right? And it's creating content. You're a walking marketing machine. That is the truth. Okay, $1 million brand. Let's talk about how your image and how you need to project yourself. Let's talk a little bit of what you see on the screen and the home seller group. What are the things, and I need you to be a little bit more participant in this exercise. So what are the things that you see on their Facebook page that I'm showing you right now? You can say that on the chat, and you can use your microphone. That's okay. Call button, yes. What else? Logo. I see logo. Okay, do you have somebody, like for example, if you are in a city, do you have a question where they work at? Where do they work at? They are serving where? Where they are serving where? San Diego, right? You see it right here. So you immediately know where they are working, who they are serving, and they have a beautiful picture of the city. If you want to call them, are you going to have difficulties calling them? They have a call button, but they also have the phone number right here, right? Okay, if you want to email them, are you going to have difficulties sending them an email? Okay, so immediately when you see their profile, they are including a lot of very important information. In order to be found by a potential client, there are must-have search phrases and keywords which go into your content and your profiles. And let me share you a little bit of what is in mine, so you can see this thing. Share a screen. Share a screen. Let me share a screen. Okay. All right. I believe you guys will see my computer right now. This is my Facebook business page. Immediately you see that I'm probably serving Orlando and Central Florida. You immediately see my phone number. You see a contact for my WhatsApp, and you see that I'm working for eXp Realty. I make it obvious for you to see where I work, what I do, where I am, where you can call me, right? And how you can get in contact with me. That is really important in every single one of your social media platforms, that you're providing that information to all of them. Okay, the other things that we need to be doing is use these phrases that we have right here. Let's see. So if you want to be discovered by Google, Facebook, things like that, you need to use words. For example, city real estate. For example, I'm in Orlando. I'm going to use Orlando real estate. Tell me a little bit of other cities that you are working right now. Let me see the chat. San Diego, we see San Diego. Do we see, where do you guys work at? Text to me in the chat, or you can say it on the microphone. Charlottesville, Tampa, Lake Mary. Okay. Let's, for example, use Tampa. I want you to use on every single post that you use these hashtags, all right? Tampa real estate, Tampa homes for sale, Tampa real estate agent, new listing in Tampa, and your Tampa realtor. If you're working in St. Cloud, right? Also, St. Cloud real estate, St. Cloud homes for sale, St. Cloud real estate agent, new listing in St. Cloud. And these are the words Okay, the other one, everywhere in Florida, everywhere in Florida. Everywhere in Florida is too much. You don't even know what's going on in your community, but you want to work in the whole state of Florida. Good luck. No, we're gonna, listen to me. Are you guys able to see me? Right here, right here. I want you to start with your neighborhood. You are not going to conquer the city if you don't know your neighborhood. Okay, perfect. Yes, Lizette. Yes, Lizette. Let me know. Talk to us. Did she frost? Did I freeze? Palm Beach County. You are in Palm Beach County. What is is Palm Beach in the city? I think, Lizette, you're good to go. I think you froze a little bit, but you're good to go.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, I was connecting. So I do want to mention one thing. I was talking to some people on my team. So a lot of times, like we have this, so we ask people, well, how do you see yourself in real estate in 5 to 10 years? Like I'm talking about literally, what do you see yourself doing, right? So we're talking about, well, yeah, I just want to work more from home. I want to spend more time with the kids and the family. But then, and I'm not saying this, people don't take it the wrong way, but we should be working towards what we want to look like in 5 to 10 years. So, why are we doing open houses in Haines City? If in 5 years we want to be closer to home and be working from home, right? We should be doing activities that are already, we're walking in the shoes already of the realtor or the things we want to do in 5 to 10 years. So if, for example, for me, same thing, right? I want to be in my area. I want to be able to be accessible. I want to be right because of whatever reasons. So think about that when you guys are doing these open houses 2 hours away or door knocking 2 hours away. You should be building around where you want to be or what you want to do in 5 to 10 years.
No, and it's actually more easier to be working in your community, to be doing open houses around your community. And then once you establish dominance of your community and your market, your immediate market, you can translate that business model to other states, to the United States, to around the world. So, but if you are not able to even work your small circle, your communities, I mean, it's going to be really hard for you to be expanding to other markets. All right. So let's Google ourselves. I'm going to Google Mateo Reza. And if you have the ability to Google yourself, please do it so I can see, so we can see what's going on. Let me see. And let me see what you find. Okay. Are you guys able? Let me see the chat. Okay. What is the first thing that you find about yourself when you search yourself on Google? The first thing that I find is going to be my Facebook. My Facebook, then I have realtor.com, then I have homes.com, then I have Orlando Realtors, then I have my Twitter, and then I have Nextdoor, which I'm super excited because I started Nextdoor use a couple of weeks ago. And you have my images, my flyers, and I'm super excited also because I have a YouTube channel that I started really working on it, and it's appearing on the first page of the search. So, and I have a couple of videos and everything. So let me tell you a little bit about what is going on. The reason that why I have Facebook the most, probably the first one, and is when I'm the most active on it, because I'm trying to get that buyer from the 30 to 64 age, right? You also have, of course, Instagram, that they also use Instagram as well. But I think that Facebook works more for me because I'm able to interact with groups, to create an image, to be more relevant. And of course, the purchasing power is created on that demographic group, that's somebody that is more younger. But the other thing is that, for example, I use let's see what my YouTube channel looks like, right? Let's see if it's updated. Okay, yes. Okay, are you guys able to see my YouTube channel? How it is presented to the people? I'm trying to be creating that $1 million brand that is recognizable everywhere. I have my profile picture. I have property tours. I have the Latino GPS networking event, which I did together the last time we got together, not in the golf course, but in the alley house. Of course, I have open house property tours. I have open house property tours. This is Lisette's listing that I did an open house for her, but I have St. Cloud. This in St. Cloud is Steve's listing that is under contract right now. This is my listing right here that I did as well, right? So the reason this YouTube channel is increasing in popularity is because what I'm doing with it is posting every single week a video on it. So it will take a little bit of time, but the brand and the recognition, and you see when they search for me on Google, it is appearing on the Google page. That's what I want. And eventually I'm gonna use my YouTube channel to do what is called workflow videos, when I educate clients on how to purchase a home for the first time, how to sell a home for the first time, what is the next steps after we are under contract. All those stuff, all those things are things that you can delegate and put on YouTube, and they can work for you 24/7. Instead of you spending 1 hour doing a buyer's consultation, you can send them that video, explain them to the roadmap of the buying process, and just do a follow-up call with them after they see the video. And the video, it can be 5 minutes, it can be 3 minutes, whatever you want to do with them, so you can guide them in the right direction. All right, do we have at this point any question? Lisette, yes.
You know what? That's a really good idea. I've been trying to figure out. So I'm used to doing the whole hour consult. And that's really a great idea too. It's almost like the pre-listing packet George shared with us, you know, that 20 something pages. It's a great idea to send them the video. And then once they watch it, we can schedule a call just to answer any questions. That'll save us a lot of time and focus on just getting down to the point of what we need to talk. Like the conversation could be 20, 30 minutes, talk about them, about their goals, the important things, and then great. And that can help us have more time to do more buyer consults and consolidate time to also be home more with our family, right? So I just wanted to point that out.
Absolutely. For example, you can use that. It's not going to replace you. And on one-on-one, if we're talking about, let me see if I can find it, the 7 levels of communication. That is a great book that you need to read. We understand there is nothing more powerful than one-on-one conversation. There you go. One-on-one conversation, but at least, for example, somebody that has a lot of questions and a lot of doubts about the home buying process, you send them that video, will weed out for you most of those questions. So when you talk with them, it's going to be an easy and fast conversation, and you can refer back to the video. Well, as you saw in the video, the first step that we need to do is this. The second one is this. Let's get you to pre-approve. After they are pre-approved, you can do a one-on-one or maybe a Zoom buyer consultation, because of course you need to know where they want to buy, what is their price range. Of course, all these questions that are really important and caring for the customer. But at the beginning, you already did the hard work up front, and you did it with a YouTube video. You're gonna spend probably 2 or 3 hours making that video, but you already did the hardest part, which is making them understand how you work and how your system is set up for them to work with you. And also, you know, maybe there they decide, maybe Lisette is a little bit different. Maybe Lisette is a little bit difficult. Maybe yours is too loud for me. I don't know if I want to work with yours. So you are already weeding out. You're already weeding out the clients that really want to work with you from those. Okay, yours. Yes, there you go. There you go.
Well, first off, let's get over is George too loud for me, Mateo? So you and I were going to do a little fisticuffs after we're done with this. But I have to comment on how powerful that was with it, and I'm going to rephrase it a bit. If you're going to do it again and again, like you're saying, this consultation, this conversation, to having it done with a video that explains it, doesn't mean that you're not going to have a chance to explain it yourself, but they're going to have a better understanding and there's a deeper relationship. And for all of you that are a little concerned, so, oh my God, I don't want everybody to see it. You can make it unlisted in your YouTube channel. So nobody will see it unless you send it to them. So you don't have to worry about anybody else seeing it. You can still be very private. Don't make it private because it won't show up at all, but it'd be unlisted and you have to have the link. So it allows you the autonomy to have it not as exposed, perhaps not as vulnerable to other people's opinions, and still get it to the people that really matter, the ones that are important. Mateo, great point. Thank you.
Absolutely, absolutely. But just think about how usually we work at EXP. Sometimes when I bring somebody to our business model and we want them to have things, we do send them a video. Can you imagine we having that video in private? I will say that maybe the reason you will have it on private is because maybe you're not sure about the video and the content you create in there. Take your time. You can record and re-record and re-record if you don't like it. The beautiful thing about a video is that you're able to really have it perfect, right? For example, for me, that English is my second language. It is really important for me to do videos because if I didn't say a word that is pronounced correctly, I can go back and adjust the video and then it will sound more professional. Or maybe I say, oh, you know what? That's a little bit too loud, or that's a little bit the tonality in my voice is not the correct. I'm not projecting, I'm not saying the right things. So yes, I will re-record that video. Yes, Lisa.
I was gonna say something about what George was saying, but I'll come back. I'll lower my hand, I'll read it and remember.
Okay, yes, perfect. Yes, yours, second language. Okay, so networking with groups. A lot of things, we have a lot of complaints because, oh, I'm not getting any lead with social media because you're not interacting with anybody in social media with a purpose. That is the truth. You're not engaging in conversation. You're not joining groups. Nobody knows that you're a real estate agent other than your friends on Facebook. So it's the same deal when you go door knocking, when you're doing open houses, when you're doing all these things. If social media, you don't go out of your comfort zone, you're not going to find people. So there are three things that I want you to do for me. The first one, if you want to build that $1 million brand, is I want, first of all, to update all your social media, your banners, your information, your phone number. It is really important that people know where you work at, right? The city, the nearest, if you work in a small town, choose the nearest metropolitan area to you and use that as your reference, okay? But I want you to join 50 groups immediately, 50 groups to immediately expand your LinkedIn network. If you don't have a LinkedIn network, you need to join because that is the professional social media. Right? If you want to talk with doctors, if you want to talk with chiropractors, if you want to talk with nurses, if you want everyone that is a professional, do you want to talk with people that have money and have purchasing power? You need LinkedIn. There are other professionals right there. Not only your other real estate agents, you will find a lot of other professionals right there. Lisa, do you want to comment something also? Or no?
Oh yeah, I wanted to take advantage that George was talking. I know it's the little details because if I think about it, I'm sure there's people on the call thinking about it. What would be the best platform or app or to record a video, an instructional video to post onto YouTube? Because a lot of people don't know, and these are the small questions that if I have them, I'm sure some of the people on the call have them.
Absolutely. For example, you can use your phone if you have. A lot of us have really nice technology in our phones, and the reality is that you don't need an expensive camera and an SD card and things like that. If you have it, good for you. That is fantastic. But your phone will work. Why? Because when you upload a video to YouTube, you can record an 8K cinematic videography. YouTube is gonna put it in 1080p anyway. So when you upload it, it's gonna be 1080p. The app that you need to use is that I found that it really works. It's super easy to use. and you can use it on your iPhone. It's gonna be InShot. Let me put it in the chat. InShot, there you got it. And then that way you can just get it, work with it. Of course, it has a learning curve. It's super easy to do. If you are not able to understand InShot, probably another software like Premiere Pro or your Apple software in your computer is going to be too hard for you, because this is really super easy. So when you join, going back to the presentation, when you join 50 groups on LinkedIn, you're gonna do the same on Facebook, right? I'm part of the Boricuas in Orlando, Boricuas in Tampa, Boricuas in, if you don't know what Boricua is, it's Puerto Ricans, right? Puerto Ricans of Central Florida, Mexicans in Orlando, Mexican businesses in Orlando, classified ads in Orlando, classified ads in Ponciana. So all these groups that you have, I recently joined a group that they build Lego sets in Orlando, right? I like to build Legos. Those people are gonna buy and sell homes. Right? I'm right there, right? So everything, every little thing that you like, there is a group for you. Even the group that you think, how this group even exists? I wouldn't know, like those groups. So join groups, you can join 50 is the least, but you should be joining more than 50. You should be having like, you should be adding groups and groups and groups. When I'm posting about my social media and I'm advertising my open houses, a lot of groups are liking it. A lot of groups are seeing my share. A lot of groups come and visit me. A lot of people, hey, are you this and that from that group? Yes, welcome to the open house. How are you doing? And we start having conversation, right? So for example, I like also theme parks a lot. So I'm part of the Universal Theme Park group, not the official one, because the official one doesn't let you post a lot of things. But I'm used having conversations. I'm replying. They know I'm a real estate agent. They know what I do. I often make it on purpose to tell them what I do. So let's do that. Let me see if I can read it correctly. Your objective is to grow your connections and also build a referral network. On social media, you need a network on LinkedIn, because those professionals are going to send you referrals. Establish credibility and authority as an expert by sharing real estate news that's relevant to your community and your industry. Where you can find this news: Realtor.com, Inman, Zillow, right? If you go to their blog section, they have all the news about real estate. You can reshare them. You don't even need to be blogging about those issues. If you don't have the time to be recording a video, but you do have the time to be sharing that content that is already created for you in other platforms. While LinkedIn and Facebook groups can in fact help you grow your social network quickly, which in return will help you build your referral network. The key is to provide as much industry expertise and value to the group members versus you simply promoting your listings. I want you to have conversations. I want you to provide value. I want you to be authentic, and I want you to be yourself in that. You're not just promoting, oh, I have a listing, oh, I have an open house, because people know and they will understand that you're probably only using them for that purpose. It's just like when you go and talk, you're not going, when you go door knocking, when you go on your door open houses, you're not there to kill it. If you go to kill it immediately without building rapport, you're probably going to kill it, but in the way you don't want to do it. All right, so moving on. All right, how to stand out. I show you a little bit of how to optimize your social media. Canva, which I'm going to be giving a class in Orlando next month on how to use Canva, is gonna be very important for you. But what do you need to build your $1 million brand? You need a professional headshot. You need a cover photo, which you can use, which you can design using Canva. Or you can upload an image of your most recent listing from your smartphone. Create an optimized headline or short form summary with distinct words that help people find you on the internet. I told you already about those. Tampa real estate agent, Tampa realtor, houses for sale in Tampa. You're gonna use your city, your state, your broker, and your company. Your broker and company, where do you work, and your job title. All this information needs to be filled out and needs to be ready, available for people to see. If you're in the small town, you're gonna use the next largest metropolitan market closest to you. So if you, in using Iglesias, you live in a small rural town, like, I don't know, I don't wanna say any small town offend people, but Poinciana is really, really small. It's really far away, but you can still work in Poinciana. You can do your things in Poinciana, okay? So, yeah, okay. So marketing strategies for your $1 million branding. LinkedIn makes it easy to create and amplify your content to build features which include blog styles, photos, videos of listing, third parties website, including blogs, found on industry sites and hashtags. Okay, so my recommendation for you, if you're gonna take something out of this class today, work on your brand on Canva, but create a LinkedIn profile. That is how it's going to establish you as a professional. All the professional people, all the people that are serious about the business, they use Facebook, yes, but that's for the crowds. LinkedIn is for the other professionals, and that's how you're gonna build your network of referrals as well. Okay, to maximize your opportunities and grow your network, you're already going to join a mix of industry and local groups. So you're gonna be tempted to join all the real estate groups. Try to go out of your comfort zone. Join the mechanics. The mechanics have their groups. Electrical engineers have their groups. You know, like we have Orlando Real Estate Mastermind. Every single profession has their groups, so you can join them. So a lot of them will let you go in. Use like an Orlando Real Estate Agents group mastermind. People from different professions can also join. Okay, you can join groups such as human resources, professionals, other industries, and build relationships within each group with individuals who may influence others to buy real estate from you. Everybody, so you need to create those relationships and those groups. It's used like talking, guys. Used like creating a friendship in real life. Okay, let's get to work. Let's start building that profile. Let's start optimizing our social media. Let's start creating all the $1 million brand. And let me see what it is. All right, we're going to part 2, but we're not going into part 2 today. Part 2 is really more on the hands-on. This is a workshop that I teach where at the beginning of the workshop, I give you all the information that you need. And then when we go into part 2, we go into your computer and we start creating your image. We start optimizing your Facebook, your LinkedIn, your Google profile, and your YouTube. So this class is not, I'm not thinking about offering this class anytime soon. But what I'm doing is I'm teaching, for example, Canva for real estate next month. And we have a different couple of speakers, but I usually teach this class by the end of the year after Tom Martin teaches you about business planning. So as soon as Tom Martin finishes teaching you about business planning, I'll come in the next month and teach you about how to set up your social media and how to create a business plan then for your social media. Do we have any questions?
Perfect way to segue that with Tom Martin's class. When you're doing your business planning as a whole, you're also social media planning for the year. Now, I do have a question when you brought that up, and Shannon and I are both talking about it. It's like, you know, does it make, it's just really cool. We didn't really think about joining those groups. That's huge. Do you set up an annual thing, or do you find for like a lay person, myself, and I'm going to throw Shannon under the bus, would you recommend doing it monthly or quarterly, and then kind of just seeing how you did as you're growing into learning it? What is your recommendation for a newbie?
Okay, so
As far as social media calendar kind of thing.
when it comes with social media calendar, it is gonna be more, for example, Canva already offers you, when you go into calendar, they gives you what are the, they let you know what are these holidays that are coming up. So you can start creating content right there. So you don't even have to hire somebody. But you know, if you Google holidays for the month, they will give you all the holidays that you need to work on for the month. For example, by the end of every month, on the 25th of every month, I get together, I get my business. I have this beautiful book that my friend Gisela, it is my planner, right? And every month, I don't know if you can see it, but it's a business planner, right? And every month I'm supposed to be checking if I accomplish my goals, if what I need to do for the next month as well. So that's where I check my media content creation. And I also designated a day on the week, George, to my social media creation. So Wednesdays are social media day for me. That's where I will, you know, create my videos, edit my videos, where I will start learning about new trends and implementing them for my platforms. Yeah.
Something to share with everybody. And I may actually be able to share this with you, Mateo. I hope I can. I just posted in there timeanddate.com. It's the funny calendars, or the funny days that are coming up. And it gives you a great opportunity, if you're not sure what to talk about something that's coming up. The one I like to key in on is the 22nd of March is National Goof Off Day. So why wouldn't we send out a post? National Goof Off Day is coming. Just understand you have my permission to take that day off, and just tell them that Mateo said you can do so. Now, of course, they're not going to, but it creates some humor, and you can talk about this if you don't have something, and it puts you in front of your people. Is that something you'd advise is probably a good way to go?
Absolutely. For example, I have posts about Happy National Pancake Day, right? I love pancakes, right? And I do a beautiful post, and I'm forcing my friends to say, hey, you need to invite me to eat pancakes on this day because that's my favorite food. I'm tagging them. I'm tagging them. So, and they go like, oh my God, Mateo, of course. And you know, we start creating conversation, and a lot of the smiley faces. You will see a lot of the smiley faces on the reactions, right? Because when we did the time change, the daylight savings, I was dying, and I put, oh my God, I put a funny post about it when I changed the clock. Instead of you turning back 1 hour or forward 1 hour, I changed the numbers, I scratched the numbers, I put the new one, scratch another number, I put the new one, and people were having fun about it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yes.
I can see whiting out the number and moving. You changed the number on your clock.
Yes. Yeah. That was fantastic, and people were laughing about it. But
that puts you top of mind, right?
Absolutely. What?
That puts you top of mind. They're like, oh my God, look at Mateo. That's great. And that's what we want. We want to maintain. There's two buckets. People can, and this is just an FYI, and it validates everything he's saying. The human mind can, as a whole, maintain two items in each bucket. If you think about it from car designs, if you ask somebody quickly, or the different car makers, they'll be able to list two immediately. They'll have to think for the other. We want to be the first two when they think real estate agent, partner, help, support, train. And that's what he's doing by being socially active. He's filling a bucket in their head, and you want to be that person. Sorry, I had to throw that out there. That's psychological.
No, totally. And also it takes you out oh, Mateo is just this salesperson that never laughs and never does anything, and he's just about business, and he's not a real person. He's just a machine. No, we are. Let me tell you, I had the opportunity to be at the Women's Council national meeting here in Orlando by SeaWorld, and a lot of really top producers spoke about their success. But I had the opportunity to ask the question, hey, if you were to tell me one thing that a real estate agent must have to be successful, and I asked this question to the panel, what it will be, and they came to the consensus that they never stopped being who they were. They use their personality, and they use their essence, and they use their spirit together with knowledge and together with professionalism to acquire business. So you need to be yourself. Never think that you need to be somebody else to have business and to have that recognition and to have success in real estate. Actually, the top producers, I'm telling you, the more authentic you are, the more business you're going to have.
There's an argument there, and you touched on this a little bit when you're talking about, I think the word you said exactly, if George is too loud. Yeah, I'm sure that's what it was, where I'm screwing with you, brother. But the thing is, you're actually moving people that you wouldn't want to work with, and it would be a hard work, out of the way, and bringing to you people that are actually aligned with you. And I'll pick on, I'm going to identify Delania, who's a very dear friend of mine. She has a very specific personality type that's going to draw people like her, like me, to her, because she's so inviting and warm. But she's also not the touchy-feely person. And that means that's part of who she is. And again, I mean that with the utmost respect, Delania. I love you. I think you're amazing. She's going to bring people to her that are like her by being authentic. And those are the exact people she's going to succeed massively with. And those are the people that will refer her. Be who you really are, because you're the one that really matters. And you are amazing, particularly to the person who identifies with who you are so closely and so well. It's an easy relationship if you're authentic. Had to throw that out, buddy.
No, absolutely. For example, Maxwell is really, believe it or not, he's super charming and he's super nice. He's just like super approachable. When we did the class, we did a class about scripts and how to work with them. He was surrounded after the class like by 5 or 6 ladies. He spent the time to talk with them on a table. So Maxwell attracts a lot of ladies, right? They feel Maxwell, yeah. They feel comfortable with Max. They feel he has a lot of knowledge, right? So I started joking with him. He said, Max, do you know that a lot of men will be jealous of you right now? Because he had like 5, he had like five ladies like looking at him like, oh yes, Maxwell, tell me more about what you do. You know, it was super nice. So he does attract a lot of ladies to do business with him. So you will attract people that, you know, feel comfortable with you, that understand what you do, and yeah. But for example, with you, your loudness, it is a statement of your brand.
You jerk.
I mean,
your loudness, I love it.
We cannot disconnect George from, oh, I'm this high energy guy that is punching with the lines, and you know, you're very loud and everything. So that's your brand.
We're going to give you the benefit of the doubt, because this is your second language, that when you said loudness, you meant positive and outgoing, not loud.
Like,
that's what you're. Yeah, I know what you're trying to say.
it.
Now, by the way, Shannon's over here going, wow. I mean, because we're kindred spirits at this point. She's feeling it too, dude. I mean, no, I'm kidding, Mateo. I listen. All kidding aside, you're awesome. I love you. Thank you for doing this, man. That was great. I am going to call you back though for a Canva tutorial, because I think that's really important, particularly for our emerging agents, because that's, you know, somebody that's new, that's not into it, but to be able to apply some of your expertise that you have and be able to get that idea down into Canva, I think it'd be really, really powerful. Show of hands of people I can see who'd like to have an expert teach us a little bit about Canva and maybe get some cheats. So yeah, too bad, Mateo. The loud guy's insisting that you come. I'm insisting you come back. Loudly.
Absolutely. What is going on is, for example, these classes are really well when I know a lot of people are using their computer and maybe they don't have two monitors, or they're using their cell phone. But this class, like for example, this one and the Canva one, are really hands-on, where they need to start doing whatever they need to do. Because, and also remember that every program has to be adjusted for real estate. So if you're using Canva, we need to create things for you that are appropriate. We need to create colors for you, your fonts, your designs for Facebook, Nextdoor. So there are different things that we have to create. So it's not used, because you can go out and learn Canva, but you need to learn Canva for real estate agents. That is a different thing.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah. So yeah, absolutely, I can do it. And thank you very much, everybody, for giving me your morning and your attention. And you know, you were, I saw all your beautiful faces and you were paying a lot of attention. And I know a lot is going through your mind. Feel free to reach to me and ask me questions to see if I will be able to help you. I for sure will be able to help you when it comes to marketing and real estate and branding.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it greatly. Awesome. Really awesome. So Tiff, we'll turn it over to you for after party. I've got some editing to do.